guys, welcome back to my channel. This is kind of silly. So I actually forgot to film an introduction. So this is like a couple days later after trying out the foundation. But my thoughts have not changed ever since I first tried it and did the whole wear test. I don't know what I was thinking or I wasn't thinking. I just didn't film the introduction, and I'm just like, the funny thing is I was thinking, film the introduction. Didn't happen. Good job, Nadia. But anyways, if you guys want to see how this product turned out and to hear my thoughts and opinions about this, then keep on watching. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. You do get 1.3 fluid ounces or 40 milliliters, but this does retail for $64. A very high price ticket item, but it is Dior. I heard a lot of good things about their foundations, not only this one, but like the other foundations as well. I think Jaclyn Hill was raving about another Dior foundation, but I wanted to try this one out. So I got this in the shade 23 Peach. So this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation. It's a mix of extreme correction and surprisingly weightless feel. Fresh water-based texture forms a film, so incredibly comfortable and exponentially fine. So this is supposed to be a very high pigment foundation, so a little does go a long way. So if you kind of think about it, you're not going to be using that much, so the $64 isn't that bad if you're not going to use that much. On the Sephora website, it says it's good for all skin types, it's matte, it's supposed to be a 24-hour full coverage water-based foundation. Anything that claims it's 24 hours, I'm always kind of skeptical about it because I don't really think that it'll last for 24 hours, maybe 14 at most. Some of them push to 16, but I don't really believe anything's 24 hours, but that's just me. I haven't really found anything yet, so I'm still thinking the 24-hour claim is kind of bogus. So it's supposed to deliver a natural matte finish that goes from day to night. It has the highest level of pigments of all the other Dior foundations. It's almost as twice as the original Forever Fluid foundation for even fuller coverage. It's ultra fine, highly pigmented, and weightless finish on the skin, and this is based on a test of 20 women. So there are some claims on there. They do back some stuff up, but we're gonna try this out. Hopefully this is my shade. I tried it out in the store, so, but you know, store lighting, and then when you actually go home to actually try it on, it's kind of off. This is what the bottle looks like. It is a plastic bottle, and it is one of those like squeezy tubes. I don't really like the squeezy tubes. In my opinion, I prefer a pump. I feel like in this type of component that I might put a little bit too much because obviously it has to push out the air in order for you to get the product, and if you aren't careful you might put a little bit too much. So that's my only concern. I always like a pump because there's no oxygen there, it's already pumped out, and you just have to do maybe one pump or two pumps depending on like how much you need. But for this, I feel like if you don't eye it properly or feel it properly, then you might dispense a little bit too much, if that makes sense. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and we're gonna go on and try out this foundation. So I already went ahead and primed my face. I did my eyeliner and my mascara. I didn't do my brows yet. So I put this little dot so far. I don't know if that's enough or if it's too much. It is high pigmented, but we will see. So looking at the consistency, it doesn't look like it's too runny. It is kind of thick there. Doesn't look like it's moving at all. I would also like to know that I have never used Dior foundations before. This is my first time. So it does have a fragrance there, a very luxury fragrance. It smells very nice. It smells pretty floral to me, but if you're someone who doesn't like scents in their foundation, I would avoid this unless you don't really mind it too much and you're like a die-hard Dior fan, and disregard what I said. So far, it looks like it's blending very, very well. I do need a little bit more. I don't think that dot is enough because I already finished it. I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Don't know how much more. Like I said, it's kind of hard to determine how much because it's in the squeezy tube, so I feel like you can go overboard, like I said, but but hopefully that's not the case. It does feel lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And it looks like it's blending out very, very nicely. It's not settling to my lines or anything like that. I do have to say that this is looking like it's a great match for my skin. Looking at the Sephora website, it looks like they have 24 shades on there. They have quite a bit of shades. I still think they could work on the darker shades a lot more. But I think that's like an ongoing issue with like every brand basically. They concentrate on the lighter, maybe meatier end of the scale, and then you have the darker shades where they're like, okay, we'll throw in like 4 and call it a day. So I finished applying the foundation. I still have like a bit left, so it's not that bad. I'm trying to use this sparingly. Not so much of it because it is a pricey foundation. But just a quick note on my face, it does not feel cakey. It feels lightweight. I don't feel like it's on my face, which is a good thing. I hate feeling foundations on my face. It just, it annoys the crap out of me. Just looking at my mirror, I think it's a medium to full coverage. The Sephora website does say it's a full coverage foundation, but depends on what tool you use. If you use a beauty blender, I think it's going to be more of a medium because it's taking away some of the product. But it's a nice finish. I feel very like flawless, and it blended very nicely. I still smell the foundation a little bit, but I think that will go away. But of course we're going to do check-ins throughout the day, and hopefully the smell does go away. I'm pretty sure it will. But anyways, I'm going to finish up the rest of my face, and I'll take you guys with me throughout the day.
Are you doing a check-in?
I am doing a check-in.
Alright, go ahead.
Horrible lighting though.
But you're on your camera.
So it's been about 5 hours since I first applied, and I'm still looking pretty matte. Honey, do I still look matte?
Yes.
You see any oil?
No.
Nowhere?
You're good. No.
Around the nose?
Nope. Dry as a bone. Just some boogers. Uh-oh, can't use that one.
I'm editing that out. Anyways, so you heard from Sam. I'm still fairly matte right now. So we're at Vaughan Mills and doing some shopping. I'm hanging out with friends. But yeah, so I look pretty matte still from noticing there's no shine around my forehead or my nose, and even around the corners of my nose, which is usually my main concern. So we're still going strong, but it's only the 5th hour, so we'll see how this holds up throughout the day.
My toes like right here, man.
That's what my toes are at too.
So it's 8 o'clock at night right now. It's been 10 hours since I first applied this foundation, and I have to say that I'm kind of speechless. So just looking at myself in the mirror, I did notice a little bit of shine here, but it's very, very minimal. Usually when I'm at work, you guys know I work for like 12-hour days, and I tend to get a little bit more oilier than I do now. Mind you, I was also outside, walking around everywhere, and it was kind of hot at the mall as well. But yeah, I only got a little shiny here. My nose, that's just highlight, that's not oil. My forehead still looks good. I got a little bit shiny around the nose area, the corners here, but once again, I think that's like more of a me problem. I can't really dock points for that because once again, it's a me problem. I think that's gonna happen no matter what, but it has controlled it quite a bit. Obviously it has been 24 hours. Once again, I don't really believe in anything that claims to be 24 hours because A, we're not gonna really wear our makeup for 24 hours. I don't think anyone has, but I could be wrong. And B, I think it can only last maybe up to 14-16 hours. That's a little bit more realistic to me, because like I said, some people work 12-hour days, I myself is included, and by the time we get home and take off our makeup, that's probably already 14-15 hours already. So I think it's kind of reaching that mark there. It's still fairly matte, not really, but it's not making me look oily. I was still surprised. I was still looking fairly matte by the 5th hour, and even by the 10th hour, it controlled it quite a bit. It looks nice. Like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I have right here is just a glow. I put some highlight on. Once again, it's just around my nose. I can't stress that enough. And around here as well. Forehead's still looking good. I have a nice glow to myself. Even though there is a bit of oil, it just looks more like a glow than oil. I'm not mad at it at all. It's looking pretty darn good. And I think they have a good color selection. I still wish that they would add more, just to include everyone else in there. They have enough light to medium shades already, and like I said, they only had like maybe 4, maybe 5 dark shades, so they do need to work on that. Hopefully that will be soon, and so the other girls can experience what I'm experiencing, because this foundation is nice. It is lovely. Probably check back in with you guys and maybe like at 11 or 12 o'clock. We'll see, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so it is 10:30 right now. It has been 12 hours, a little over 12 hours since since I first applied the foundation. So just a quick look at my face. I can see that there's a bit of shine in between my brows there. The corner of my nose, that's still an ongoing issue, so I've lost all hope there. But the rest of my face, around here as well, still part of the sides of my nose, but anyway, so just a bit up here. That's a glow, that's from the highlight, that's not oil. Same thing on this side. Corners of my nose, that is a little bit of oil there. It's not like it's 100% matte, but it remained pretty good. I can't really complain considering it has been a 12-hour wear time. It's not breaking apart, it's not settling into my smile line. But yeah, guys, I really like this. Would I suggest it? Would I recommend this? If you have $64 to spend, then I would recommend this, as I think this works pretty well. I'm not going to test this for 24 hours because I'm not going to wear this for 24 hours. I'm not going to bed with this. But for me, because I usually wear makeup for 12-hour days, it's holding up pretty well. So if you're looking for a foundation where it lasts 12 hours for you and it's not breaking apart, it's not settling, and if you have $64 to spend, then I would totally recommend this. And if also, of course, if you're in the market for a new foundation, if you have an oily skin type, then I would recommend this as well. But if you do not have the money to spend, I would not suggest this for you. And also the smell. It's not an overwhelming smell. It does go away after a while, but once again, if you're the type of person who's not fond of smells in their foundation or is sensitive to those types of scents, like floral scents or just scents in general, I would totally avoid this. But once again, for me, I totally like this foundation. It's not $64 worth, but it's Dior, it's high-end, it's kind of expected, so it's kind of a hit and miss. And also that you're not really going to be using much of the foundation because it is a high pigment. So take it with a grain of salt, weigh your pros and cons, but that's just my opinion. I like it. I don't like the price tag, but I like it. I'm not going to use much of it, and it works well for me. For a 12-hour wear time, it looks pretty good still. On camera and in person, I can't really complain about this. I have no idea what's going on in the background there. Don't ask me. Sam's downstairs in the kitchen doing something. He's breaking the ice. So I'm just gonna end my review here. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you ever tried the Dior Forever Foundation or the Undercover Foundation or just their foundations in general, and if you liked them as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that button is somewhere down below, and follow me on my social media handles. I think it should be here, or maybe there, or here. Somewhere. And don't forget to watch the next video, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.